And he wants you to use your phone. I said one that can carry coke and drink.
Committee order. Personnel committee. Personnel committee come to order. Roll call.
Mr. Jingle Bell,
Absent.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Present.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Present.
Dr. Kelly Joseph,
Here.
Ms. Miranda Watson, here, Ms. Thelma Jackson. Present.
No surveys. Yeah. First item, receive and consider for approval 2025-26 exceptional service contract. Ms. Leah. Leah. Leah.
That's fine. Good evening, board members. Good evening, everyone. We have 6 contracts before you that I'd like to submit for approval for speech therapy, uh, adaptive PE. Oh, you don't have the copies? The copies are attached to board docs. Um, Speech therapy, adaptive APE, um, gifted and talented services, and first choice therapy, which provides our occupational therapy and our physical therapy. So I'm asking for the board to approve those contracts, which are attached in the board docs.
I so move.
Ms. Lavina Porter,
Yes.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Yes.
3-0 motion carried, refer to the full board to vote.
Item, next item, receive personnel updates and workforce dashboard with Miranda Watson, HR supervisor.
Good evening. All right, so we have a few things happening on our personnel report this month. This month we did hire three new hires, so we're excited about those positions. And then unfortunately we had 5 terminations and 1 resignation, and we are hiring for because of those separations from the district. We are advertising for a few more additional positions, and they are listed at the bottom of the personnel report. Then, if we look at our human resources dashboard report, some things that has changed, some of the announcements we have recognized some of our employees, such as for teachers appreciation, our bus drivers, and our administrative assistants. We are still working with the same four alternative certification programs. We are in the process of scheduling interviews for custodians. Our recruitment video has been finalized. We are working to purchase a new background check machine. Assignment letters are going to be prepared for the 25-26 school year, and the evaluation process is still ongoing. The staffing needs are the same position that's listed on the personnel report here. Our upcoming things that we're doing, like I said, we're going to be doing custodian appreciation next, and then our food service employees, staff will be appreciated and recognized as well for all their hard work and dedication. Do you all have any questions for me?
So if it's, are you planning to reach out for some, like a job fair or something like
Yes,
that?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are going to be presenting the job fair. Ms. Jackson's going to present on that in her report a little bit later on.
For teachers, right?
For teachers, yes, ma'am. hmm Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Do you have any more questions? Can I get a motion? Yeah, what you said. So this concludes the personnel committee. Budget and finance committee coming on? So you want,
Rico Legal Porter,
here,
Ms. Linda Cheney,
here,
Dr. Kelly Joseph,
here,
Ms. Ashley Castle. Here. Ms. Tracy Womack,
present.
Mr. Hughes, would you sit in for Ms. Bell?
Read, receive 2025-26 operating budget for consideration and approval at June 2025, regular board meeting, Ms. Ashley Castle.
Hi, good evening, board members, president, superintendent, and community and directors. How are you all today? I hope all is well. I am here for two reasons. The first one is for our adjustment to our 23-24, our 24-25 school year budget adjustment. Alrighty, our proposed budget, it included the revenue of 9.8 million and our expenditures of 11.1, resulting in a shortfall of approximately 1.2 million. So if you look in the document that I just gave you on page 6, you will see for our 2025, you will see our projected, adjusted, and our budgeted information for our local sources, our state sources, our federal sources, and our other financing sources. So our local sources was adjusted 120,000. Our state sources were adjusted 134,000. Our federal sources was adjusted 1.3 million, and our other financial sources was adjusted $502,570. So for our proposed budget, it also included the 1.3 transfer for capital fund projects that we have discussed previously in the past regarding our upgrades to ELC. So that is basically for our adjustments that I am coming to ask that we amend for our 24-25 budget. Next, it will be the introduction for our 25-26 fiscal year school budget. Alrighty, as we transition into the post-COVID funding landscape, the budget reflects key changes to our revenue streams and our planned expenditures. So we are at the conclusion of COVID and ESSER funding. In 2025, we received 1.3 million in ESSER-related funds and 66,000 in indirect general fund revenue. These are no longer available for the fiscal year 2026. Our MFP funding shift, while we experienced a $150,000 decrease in our fiscal year 2025, we expect a $450,000 increase based on our current increase in our MFP funding for our 25-26 school year. For our local revenues, minor increases are expected in our ad valorem tax collections with flat projections for sales tax revenue. Just a brief overview and some high points for our 25-26 school year. The proposed budget is balanced and it reflects prudent financial planning. For our revenues, $17.9 million, our expenditures, $17.3 million, and our surplus for the school year will be $520,000. So we will be starting our school year with a surplus. Any questions?
Any questions about the budget? So I want to thank Ms. Castle for getting up and presenting to you all this evening. As you all know, she has been really working diligently to fix all of the issues and the challenges that we faced in the finance department as a result of, a lot of employee turnover. So they are still working on getting all of the work done in the finance department, operating smoothly, and they are closer to getting that done than they have been previously. So we're very excited about the transitioning within the department. So tonight, she has provided with you all the amendments to the 2024-2025 budget, and is also presenting to you the budget for 2025-2026 fiscal year. So those are two things that need to be approved by the committee.
Can we get a motion to approve the 2025-2026 operating budget? I so move.
No, wait,
It's the introduction.
it's the introduction.
It's the introduction.
We're asking for you to approve the adjustments,
The amended
the
for
amendments
24,
for the
25.
2024-2025 fiscal year. And then,
And add that. And
Yeah.
then for 25-26, this is the introduction of the budget. And we will be advertising and sending out information and letting the public view the information. And you all view the information. And for our July meeting to approve the budget.
the June.
For June to approve our budget.
So we're doing a motion to approve the 24-25
Adjustment.
Amendments.
I move to approve the amendments of the 24-25 operating budget.
Yes.
Yes. You second.
Second.
And we need a motion to approve the 2025 fiscal introduction of budget.
You have to vote for the amendment first.
Okay. Can we have a vote?
Roll call.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Lolita Porter,
Yes.
Mr. George Hughes.
Yes.
3-0 motion carried with reference to full board to vote.
Now I move to
2025.
26 introduction of the 25-26 budget. moved.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Lolita Porter,
Yes.
Mr. George Hughes.
Yes.
3-0 motion carried, refer to the full board to vote.
Thank you.
Next item is to receive and consider for approval proposal from Holder, Slavin and Company, CPA and Business Advisors conducted the 2024-25 fiscal year audit.
So what's the salary schedule? You skipped over number 4, the salary schedule.
Oh, I'm sorry. Receive and consider for approval 2025-26 salary schedule.
Yes, committee, we have finally completed the salary schedule for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. And there are just a few minor adjustments. The first is on page 10 for the differentiated compensation. Once again, that was a requirement by the Department of Education that we include this language about the differentiated instruction in our salary schedule. And this, of course, is for differentiated pay for the different types of jobs that we have that are in high demand. So we've discussed this in previously, but that is the thing, once again, that needed to go into our salary schedule. Also, if you look on page 12, we did more clarifying language about the pay structure and requirements for our coaching staff. So it deals with the coaching roster, making sure that our athletic director ensures that the roster is submitted in a timely manner prior to all of our sporting events begin. And we also have how to handle changes when during the school year, when coaching staff needs to be adjusted, attendance verification, and other administrative responsibilities. So there's some clarifying language that has been included in that portion of the salary schedule. Besides that, there are no other changes. And so with that, I'm asking for the committee to approve the 2025-2026 salary schedule.
If there's no question, can I get a motion to approve 2025-2026 salary schedule?
So moved.
It's been moved by Mr. George Hughes, second by Ms. Linda Cheney. Next item, I'm sorry, roll call.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Lolita Porter,
Yeah.
Mr. George Hughes.
Yes.
3-0 motion carried, refer to the full board to vote.
Next item, receive and consider for approval proposal from Holder, Slavin and Company, CPS and Business Advisors to conduct the 2024 fiscal year audit.
We did receive one bid, as we spoke in previous at previous board meetings about the need to change our auditing firm. And so we do have one bidder that came in, and it is Colder, Slavin and Company. And they have worked with, and they continue to work with 15 other school boards from across the state, and they do come highly recommended. So we're asking for approval that we move forward with this new auditing firm. As you can see, the cost for the service will be $60,500. Go ahead.
Can you get Dr. Johnson?
Can I ask my question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what other school district are they working with, just to name a few?
They have worked.
Allen Parish, Avoyles, City of Baker, East Feliciana, Evangeline, Iberia, Jackson, Lafayette, Madison, Sabine, St. Landry, St. James, Vermilion, West Carroll, and Wynn Parish.
Let me just add, since I've been here, we have been working with our current auditing firm, and during our audits, they have had turnovers, which have made things so much harder on us and have extended the time frame. So during this time, we have experienced last year 2 turnovers while we were in our audit. This year, we have experienced 3 turnovers while they were currently doing our audit. We are currently still in the 2023-24 audit that should have been completed. So my suggestion to Dr. Joseph was to switch firms so that we can present our audit in a timely manner so we can no longer have that bump and downfall on our end. So, but we have been working diligently with them to get this process done, and hopefully for our next board meeting we can present our audit and we can move forward with our next one to be on a better time frame and have it presented to you all in a timely manner.
Any other questions? Also moved. Vote.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Louisa Porter,
Yes.
Mr. George Hughes,
Yes.
3-0, motion carried, refer to the full council.
Thank you.
Next item, receive and consider for approval 2025-26 bid winners for St. Helena food service products and services, waste disposal services, and pest control services.
Good evening, board and committee. On behalf of the district, I would like to ask the board and the committee to approve the 2025-2026 bids awardees in the following category: fresh fruit and vegetables, processed food, frozen foods, paper and chemical supplies, bread, milk, pest control, and waste. I would just like to highlight just a few points in this bid. If you would turn to page 2, you would see how many inquiries that we had in the different categories and the returns. This year, we have 2 new vendors. In milk, we have Perry Farms, which is a very new vendor. And for frozen food and processed, we have S&W Whole Foods, as well as Gold Star, which is considered Ponds. Um, these 2 bids are very lengthy, and we had to go through them. But just looking at it, look like the bids are half and half with these bids. Also, that was considered like 2 partial bids, and then with the paper bid and the chemical bid, um, they had 2, Syntax and Economical, for the bid. So I'm not going through all this. You have it all in front of you, all the letters that's going out, the documentation that will be going out tonight on your approval. Um, we can get this process started with these new vendors. Do anyone have any questions about anything? It's a lot of information. And I do want to say with the milk vendor, I think it took a lot of people by shock because they wasn't expecting this little people to come in and take over. But I think everybody is all out to make sure that they get in the game. So we got some comp this year. So with your approval, we can get the ball rolling on these the New Year bids.
Any other questions? No questions? I so move.
Second.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Lolita Porter,
Yes.
Mr. George Hughes.
Yes.
3-0 motion carries. Refer to the full board to vote.
Policy committee will come to order. Roll call.
Mr. Alton Travis,
Absent.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Present.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Present.
Dr. Kelly Joseph,
Here.
I will serve as the chair. Ms. Lolita Porter will serve in Mr. Travis' place.
I'm requesting an item be added to the policy committee. The item is to receive and consider for approval converting from board docs to Assembly e-board solutions management software.
Board Docs Assembly. First item on the agenda, receive and consider for approval memorandum of understanding between St. Louis Parish School Board and Greensburg Police Department to provide commission post-certified deputy at designated schools within the parish.
Yes, as you know, Gregory Tillery is our new school resource officer, or school safety officer at the College and Career Academy. We did complete the memorandum of understanding that clearly states that the school system will be responsible for all payments and benefits and all things dealing with the SRO. And the Greensburg Police Department will be responsible for ensuring that he maintains his commission. And so that memorandum of understanding was signed by Chief Burris. And so we're asking for the board to approve this MOU so that it can be submitted to the state so that we can move forward with receiving funds from that particular grant.
Can I get a motion to approve that?
I so move.
Motion by Ms. Joyce Porter, second by Ms. Lolita Porter. Questions? No questions? Vote?
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Lolita Porter,
Yeah.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Yes.
3-0 motion carried. Refer to the full board to vote.
Next item is to convert from board docs to assembly.
Yes, so board docs is moving away from, or they are turning into what's called diligent community. And so we have until September 30th to either make the choice to continue with diligent community, which I do not recommend, but that we switch to Assembly. Assembly is highly recommended by the Louisiana School Boards Association, and there is also a discount to purchase that service, along with the new LSBA policy module, which is a really good service. And we did have a meeting with Assembly, and we do like the features that they provide. Along with that, they also allow for better communication among staff, and it also allows us to align our strategic plan with the things that are going on within the board meeting so that there's evidence to show that we are working toward achieving the vision within the district. So I'm requesting that we transition from board docs to Assembly.
Can I get a motion?
I so move.
Motion by Ms. Porter, Joyce Porter, second by Ms. Lolita Porter. Any questions? No questions? Vote?
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. Lolita Porter,
Yes.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Yes.
3-0 motion carried. Refer to the full board to vote.
Building and Ground Committee will come to order. Roll call.
Mr. Alton Travis,
Absent.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Present.
Mr. George Hughes,
Present.
Dr. Kelly Joseph,
Here.
Mr. Edward Galvin,
Here.
Okay,
I
I will
promise.
serve as the chair. First item, receive and consider for approval 2025-26 professional service contract with Curtis Environmental Services to provide environmental sampling reporting service. Ms. Scotland.
We're gonna ask that you defer that one. We received it, but there had some things that needed to be corrected. So we sent it back, and we're gonna refer that to the next meeting.
All right, so we'll table that item to the
Table.
next meeting.
Okay.
Next item, receive and consider for approval 2025-26 professional service contract between St. Louis Parish School Board and USA Fire Extinguishers and Safety Lights. Mr. Dowman?
Yes, we're asking that you consider that one. That's the regular person that's been doing it for quite some time. The owner changed, but this gentleman been working with the owner for a while, As you know, the old guy got sick in Parish. So, but we certainly moved with the same company, and they've been continuing the service throughout the year. And so, we hoping that the board will consider and approve that one.
Same company, same price?
Same company, a little twerk in the price, a little twerk in the price as we know,
Yes,
but the percentage is very low,
all right.
very low.
Can I get a motion?
I so move.
Motion by Ms. Joyce Porter, second by Mr. George Hughes. Any questions? No questions, vote.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. George Porter,
Yes.
Mr. George Hughes.
Yes.
3-0, motion carried, refer to the full board.
Next item, receive and consider for approval preventive maintenance agreement with Sharkey Mechanical Service for the period July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
And yes, once again, this is the same company that we've had for a minute. Unfortunately, I have to say the same thing. The owner of that company perished, but it has been left in very capable hands. And Dr. Joseph met with them on last week, and there were some very, very small changes to the price, a little uptick, but wasn't nothing unreasonable. And I'd like you to consider them going forward. We've been satisfied with it.
Can I get that motion?
I so move.
Motion by Mr. George Hughes, second by
I second.
Ms. Joyce Porter. Any questions? No questions, vote.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. George Porter,
Yes.
Mr. George Hughes.
Yes.
3-0, motion carried, refer to the full board to vote.
Thank you.
Next item, Education Committee will come to order, roll call.
Ms. Lolita Porter.
Yes.
Ms. Virginia Bell. Ms. Linda Cheney,
Present.
Dr. Kelly Joseph,
Here.
Ms. Valdez,
Here.
Ms. Latia Brown. Here. Ms. Nettles.
Here.
Dr. Joshua John Paul.
Here.
Ms. Singleton.
Here.
First,
I serve.
Okay.
the first item is receive and consider for approval 2025-26 media proposal for Flying Ghost Production Company.
Yes, we are requesting that the committee approves the contract for Flying Ghost Productions for the 2025-2026 fiscal year and school year. There is an increase in the cost. I believe it's just one time, and I'll ask for Mr. Davis to come up and maybe explain, because he can explain better what will happen in his boardroom as a result of the increase. But it does speak to some new things, the equipment and setup and purchase of equipment that we'll use when we're recording the board meetings, and then also looking at the recordings and the live streaming. So Mr. Davis, if you would please come up and explain exactly what will happen in the board.
So we're gonna permanently install these PTZ cameras inside the building, and then have a room in the back of the school board where the students can come and manage everything like I'm doing back here. So all that would be permanently installed. So it's just a temporary or initial fixed cost to get the equipment that we need, which is duplicating everything you see, except for these mics. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So we'll be able to do everything in-house, and there'll actually be a sign that will let you know when they're live or when the camera's on, so you won't have to worry about saying anything. But yeah, that's it.
So administration is recommending that you approve the contract with Flying Ghost Productions for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Just about everything remains the same. There's some prices, that went up, and then there's some that went down. But overall, it's an $8,000 increase, and that will cover the cost of, the setup and of the equipment and everything in this space. And then moving forward, also remembering that if we don't, do a video or, any type of project with them, we won't be billed for that particular service or project. So I'm asking for approval.
I so move.
I second it.
Can we get a vote?
Ms. Lolita Porter.
Yes.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Ms. George Porter.
Yes.
3-0, motion carried, refer to the full board to vote.
This concludes our education committee.
And that concludes all of our committee meetings, and we're moving right on to our board meeting. Ms. Gowan, can you come to the podium?
Lord, once again, we come before you with thanksgiving in our hearts, Lord. Lord, we thank you just for another opportunity, Lord. Lord, thank you for another day. Thank you for safe travel for everybody that attended, Lord. And Lord, we ask that we keep at the forefront of everything that we do, the children. We want to remember that all that we do is because of our greatest blessing, our young people. Lord, we thank you for just being you. Lord, give us strength as we leave this place. These things we ask in your son, Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The meeting room will come to order. We're now holding a meeting of the St. Louis Parish School Board. Roll call.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Present.
Ms. Lolita Porter, Ms. Linda Cheney,
Present.
Mr. George Hughes,
Present.
Ms. Virginia Bell,
Absent.
Mr. Alton Travis,
Absent.
4 members present, 2 absent, a quorum has been established.
Item B, approve minutes and agenda from April 10th, 2025 committee meeting, April 10th, 2025 regular board meeting, and approve the current agenda. Can I get a motion to approve those collectively?
I so move.
I second.
Motion by Ms. Joyce Porter, second by Mr. George Hughes to approve all of the minutes and agenda collectively. Any questions? No question shall pass by general consent. New business, adopt the 2025 millage and bond rates. I have a resolution in front of me that I will read, and then we will vote on it. Be it resolved that the following millage are hereby levied on the 2025 tax roll on all property subject to taxation by St. Louis Parish School District 1063021 School District Parish-wide 2024 NR 9.480 mills, 1063020 School District Regular 24 RF 3.380 mills, 1063031 School District 2024 RS 5.000 mills, 1063048 School District Parish-wide 2024 NR 16.400 mills, 1063047 School District Parish-wide bond 10.250 mil. Be it further resolved that the proper administrative officials of the parish of St. Helena, state of Louisiana, be and they are hereby empowered, authorized, and directed to spread said taxes as here and above set forth upon the assessment roll of said parish for the year 2025, and to make the collection of the taxes imposed for and on behalf of the taxing authority according to law, and that the taxes herein levied shall become a permanent lien and privilege on all properties subject to taxation as herein set forth, and collection thereof shall be enforceable in the manner provided by law. The foregoing resolution was read in full. The roll was called on the adoption thereof, and the resolution was adopted by the following votes. Roll call.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Yeah.
Ms. Lolita Porter,
Yes.
Ms. Linda Cheney,
Yes.
Mr. George Hughes,
Yes.
Ms. Virginia Bell,
Absent.
Mr. Alton Travis,
Absent. This certificate, I hereby certify that the foregoing is true and exact copy of the resolution adopted at the board meeting held on May 8, 2025, at which meeting a quorum was present and voting. Greensboro, Louisiana, this 8th day of May, 2025. So can I get we voted? Next item on the agenda. All right, LSU Ag Center update, Dr. Gary Hay.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph. Board members, I've got a little folder here I want to hand out to you. Just a couple of documents we put together to kind of show you what we're trying to do with extension service and the 4-H program. Sure, I won't make you read too much. Really what I wanted to do is just introduce the board to myself and our staff and talk about some changes real quickly we've got going on with the extension program. Any of you are not aware of extension, the cooperative extension program is part of the LSU Ag Center. We are the educational outreach for the Ag Center, and we operate in all 64 parishes in the state. We have offices in all parishes. We typically have 3 areas of activity. One is called Ag and Natural Resources, where we work with farmers and producers and homeowners and anyone else that has need of educational opportunities. We also have a nutrition and community health program, which we work with people in the community for SNAP Ed and other programs that provide educational opportunities and events to help produce better and healthy communities. And then third program is 4-H, which is our youth development program. And I know probably some of you are familiar with the 4-H program and maybe even hopefully have some alumni from the 4-H program. So what I wanted to do tonight was just give you a brief update of where we are and where we're going to try to be heading over the next few years. The first thing I'll say, just introduce myself real quickly. I'm Dr. Gary Hay. I'm a longtime livestock and dairy specialist with the Ag Center. I've been involved in higher education for about 50 years now, even though I know I don't look it, but I have. It's true. And I've taught at all levels from 4-H to adult education, college classes for many years. I came to St. Helena Parish about a year ago. I was the regional livestock and dairy specialist. My office was in Amite, but I've been over here now for about a year. I'm in addition to be a regional livestock specialist, I'm also the parish chair or the parish administrator for all extension programs in the parish now. So I'm kind of guiding and directing the programs here. We do have made some changes in our staff recently, and I wanted to introduce a couple of new staff members. We got them here with us, and I'm going to ask them to, they're standing up in the back of the room. The lady here in the back, young lady, is Isabel Zebra. Isabel is our new nutrition and community health agent. She's been with us since November, and you've probably seen or heard her around the parish. She's been pretty busy, quite busy. Been involved in a lot of events already. Isabel is starting a SNAP Ed class next week, this coming Saturday at the library, and it's every 2 weeks. So she's involved in a lot of programs. Isabel also, when she came in since the first year, she's been guiding our 4-H Clover Clubs program, Clover Buds over at the Early Learning Center, and she conducts classes over there. And from time to time, we've had some activities with them. Some of you may be aware. We took a bunch of 3rd and 4th graders to Ag Magic on LSU campus last month, and I think about 80 kids, and that we all had a ball. A really good educational trip for them. I would say I've got a slide presentation I was going to show, but this room is a little crowded, so I'm going to say this. I do have a slideshow showing it's a bunch of pictures of 4-H events and kind of things that we're talking about here tonight. We just loaded up on our Facebook page, so there is copies if you'd like to go look at it. Very impressive. These 2 young people that put it together. The other person I wanted to introduce tonight is our new 4-H agent as of May the 1st, Mr. Nicholas Muse. Many of you probably already know Nick. He's been a A&R agent with Southern here in the parish for a few years, but he just transitioned over to LSU the first of the year, and he's gone from doing adult work to 4-H youth work. And we're really excited about having Nick, and I think he's excited about working with young people. If all of you board members don't know, Nick spends quite a bit of time over here at the College and Career Academy working with the ag science class, and Ms. Overton in the classes. They built a lot of raised beds, done a lot of beautification around the school. Nick and the class also helped put together with Mr. Scott last month some new raised beds for the early learning center, and we went over and planted some materials in, and the kids had a ball with it. So we're excited about where we're going. Our other staff member in our St. Helena office, in addition to us three, is Miss Sharon Holden. Many of you may probably know Sharon. She's a long time, born and raised here in the parish. Come back to us about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and Sharon's kind of the glue that keeps all of us together. Sharon, in addition to knowing everybody in the parish, she worked for many years as an administrative coordinator for a school superintendent in Georgia, so she's very familiar with all these educational programs. I haven't been able to stump her yet. Whatever I ask her to do, she gets it done before I can get back to my office. So we really are proud to have Sharon. What I got in the little folder I gave you tonight is a couple of documents we've put together that I wanted to share with you. The first is goals for the St. Helena Parish 4-H program. And this is kind of an outline or a roadmap for our 5-year plan for our 4-H program. And I'm not going to bother to go reading through all of it, but it tells you kind of where we've been in terms of enrollment. Our numbers have been down. We only had 47 kids in the parish this current school year in 4-H. We're hoping to increase that significantly over the next few years. I wouldn't mind seeing 300 or 400 kids in this parish enrolled in 4-H, and I think we can get there. We don't have a whole lot of volunteers right now, so if you see my number come up on your cell phone, you better watch out. I'm going to be asking you to volunteer or asking for money, one of the two. So we're going to try to make a really strong push to get a lot more volunteers involved with the program. I know we have a lot of expertise in this parish. I've been here long enough to meet a lot of people and see that there's a lot of really, really fine, knowledgeable people here. You just got to get them to come out and donate a little time to us. The third thing we're going to be working on, and that's what the second document I'll get to in a minute, is financial support. In order to efficiently and effectively run a 4-H program, it takes a lot of financial support. We don't get state dollars to support the events and activities that these kids do. And we rely on, gracious donors to help us put together these programs. So one of the things we've done is design a new fundraising program for our 4-H foundation, our St. Helena 4-H foundation. And you can see from the first there, it kind of defines that, what we're going to try to be doing here. And basically, we're going to try to raise money for three main purposes. The first is we want to raise money to support these kids' activities. I'll be honest with y'all, right now we got $995.17 in our foundation account, which is not much money to do anything. I'm hoping that from this point forward that we can start putting $20,000 to $30,000 a year in that 4-H foundation account so we can sponsor these activities. The first thing I want to do is provide the youth in this parish with some low-cost opportunities to be involved in 4-H events and activities. The first of which is I'd like to see start in the fall. Any child in this parish that wants to sign up for 4-H it won't cost them or their family anything. We'll have money in the foundation to pay their state registration dues, which is not a lot of money. It's $5 or $10, but that's one of my first goals. There's also some information in here about that I want to share with you real quick. You see a section on parish-wide events and programs. Since I've been here and kind of watching and learning, we don't have any parish-wide 4-H events in this parish at the time. I know years ago I've talked to a lot of people that came through the 4-H programs that they used to have them, and we're going to get them back. One of the things that I'd like to do is have a parish-wide 4-H achievement day here next spring. A little too late in the year to get started this year with that, but we're going to try to do that probably next April or March, April or May. We're in the planning stage of that now. And I'm sure some of you, if you've been through 4-H achievement days here or other parishes, it's a lot of fun, a lot of good activities, learning opportunity for kids. The other thing I want to do is start a junior leader club. We haven't had an active junior leader club, and we got a lot of kids that are, in high school that have been through 4-H many years and getting ready to graduate, and they're looking for other opportunities, and we're looking for volunteers, and I think those kind of people we could really use to help boost the younger kids in the program. One other section I'll talk about in here is we want to create a St. Helena Parish 4-H Association. Anybody who's been through 4-H in the past, and particularly the kids that are now, growing up and graduating out, we want to make sure we maintain contact and interact with them and keep them on board and helping and supporting the program. So that's that document. The second one I'm going to show you here real quick is in addition to putting together a kind of a roadmap for our 4-H program, I've also been working on putting together a roadmap for our sponsorship program, how we can go out and get sponsors to help donate to help these kids in their activities and their events. And what I've got here is a document, just a little 3-page document that we're going to be putting out to everybody in the parish. And we're asking for donations. And if you go through and look at this, you can see in the first page, again, I'm defining what we're going to use this for. It's not going to support salaries. It's not going to support travel for our agents or anything else. It's going to support activities for the kids and activities for the volunteers. And also, if we need to buy any equipment, I can tell y'all right now, the 4-H program at St. Helena Parish, we have 6 archery targets, 3 recurve bows, and 9 compound bows, and about 100 arrows. That's the total of our unit to work with these kids and teach these kids in the school. So we got a lot of potential demands and things that we could do. One of the things I'd like to do, we've got 2 solar clubs in the parish. One of the solar clubs, Miss Shirley Freeman, is using a bunch of solar machines donated to us by Livingston Parish 4-H when they got new machines. I love to buy Miss Shirley a bunch of new solar machines. And we're going to get there. I promise you. So if you look at the second page of this is just kind of a brief outline. We haven't really finalized all this yet, but you will see this is a little form you can fill out. Anyone can fill out to donate to the program. We're working on getting this form online. You can go to our Facebook page or our website and click on that and bring up the form, and you can actually contribute. Anyone can contribute right there online. Use a credit card or however you want. We're not there yet, but we're going to get this really quick. The one thing I want to point out about this is I've done something a little bit different. I worked with the state 4-H Foundation to help me come up with these ideas. You'll notice the second half was this partnership levels. One of the categories I put in there, of course, we're all looking for companies and businesses or anybody else that can donate, $10,000 or $20,000 to us, but we also want to engage everybody in this parish. We've got a section in there that says Clover Club partners. Anyone can donate any amount of money, starting at $5, that they would like to the foundation. So my thinking there is if you've got $10 and you want to donate to 4-H, you will pay the 4-H membership for 2 kids for those school years. That's kind of my idea of plan out. And this whole program is designed around the national 4-H program. They have a new 5-year theme they're calling Beyond Ready. And you can see on the last page there, this is just a flyer I got from the Louisiana 4-H Foundation. Louisiana 4-H has also adopted that same theme. And the basic theme is that these kids come through 4-H by the time they get to be graduating high school, they're beyond ready to go secondary education or trade school or wherever they want and be successful. So, but this just gives you some of the statistics in the state office about how many kids in the state are enrolled in 4-H. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. We have a lot of things going on right now as far as A&R. We also have 2 other agencies, not housed in St. Helena Parish, but they have partial responsibility of the parish. This Whitney Wallace, who's our regional forestry specialist, she's housed in AB. St. Helena's also her responsibility. She was over there last month. She did a forestry manager. Also, Ms. Jessie Hoover is a horticulture agent. She is domiciled in Clinton, East Louisiana, but she also has St. Helena responsibility, and she comes over here a lot, does meetings with our garden clubs and Mr. Warner Hall's field days. She's been to that several times. But she and I have talked about doing maybe some master gardener class and some other projects over here. We'll go later on in the year. So these things kind of loosen up a little bit. I'm currently conducting what we call a master calendar class down at the 5th Ward Multipurpose Center. It's a 10-week class. We meet once a week for about 3 hours. We have 16 people in the class. I've been doing these things for about 10 years all over the state. I kind of run here in this region. We've got 16 people from 6 different parishes in the class. First time I've hosted one in St. Helena Parish. It's been really good. tell people this is probably the most fun class I've ever had. These people are really enjoying it, and we're all interacting and having a good time, and they're learning a lot. So we're all excited about it. And the adult education programs we're doing as well as children. I just wanted to introduce ourselves to all of you. Thank you for your support of those school board support extension program, and we really appreciate that. And anytime you have any suggestions or comments or ideas or complaints, my cell phones are always available. I turn it off about 10:30 at night, and it keeps it back on. Before I leave, I do have 2 requests from all of you board members. It's not going to cost you any money, so you don't have to panic, but I do have a couple things I'd like you to help us with. Number 1 is we're in the process of rewriting the bylaws for our 4-H foundation. We currently have a 9-member board. I'd like to expand that to a minimum of 15 members. And I say a minimum, we have more than that. What I'd also like to do is get a little representation around the whole parish. So if you would, I'd like to have each of you as school board members nominate somebody from your district to serve on the board. It could be a business person, just a community leader. One of you, a couple of you are already on the board, that's fine, or a school board employee. Our current board has 9 members and 6 of them school board employees. We love that. Not going to, we just want to get more of them. The second thing I would like to ask of you is, one of the things we'd like to do is kind of show people in the parish, all over the parish, what we do as extension and what we're trying to do with our 4-H and nutrition program. Well, we would like to go around to each of your districts this summer and have a little public forum, kind of present to your constituents what we do and what opportunities we have and get input from your constituents. And I'm up here tonight to ask you what you think about that. If you're willing to help us host that, find a place to have a meeting in your district. If you're willing to come to the meeting and host it, that'd be fantastic. We want to get out of Greensboro. We want to get out this whole parish and make sure everybody has an opportunity to participate in these programs. I can tell you, I'm working with adults and the kind of work I do, and I mainly do cattle work, pasture, and also do recreational farms. I spend a lot of time running around the parish, all over the parish, because I get calls from people all over that have situations and questions and problems. I didn't see 2 ponds, there's 3 called eight. We want to expand our whole program. We want to make sure, especially that we're engaging every child in this parish that wants to be active. So y'all think about that, and I got all your emails. I kind of cheated. I got all your emails. I'm going to be contacting and see what you're willing to help us do there. And I will be honest with you also. I'm also going to go to the police year, and I'm going to ask the police year members to do the same thing. So if we can do it all one time in your district, it'd be great. We can keep on doing separate. Okay. Thank y'all again for taking the time to listen to me. I know I'm talking fast. I'm trying not to hold you up too much. We do appreciate all your support. And like I said, anytime we can help you in the extension office, I'm sure all of you probably know where we're at now. We're in the tourist commission building, right out there on Highway 10, just the west of town. And, got a nice little building. We're glad to be there. We get where we can go. So thank y'all very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Hay.
Thank you, Dr.
Next item, presentation of Flying Goats Production Senior Interns Award, Mr. Fagan Davis. Okay.
The presentation by Flying Ghost will be done at graduation next Friday.
Thank you. Next item, recognition of 2025 Technology Fair winners, Dr. Joshua John Ball.
Good evening, board. I'm excited to share the results of the technology fair. This is the first time we are doing this event in our district. There were nearly 80 learners from both the schools. Our learners displayed the incredible creativity, talent, and technological skills during this event. We would like to express our sincere congratulations to all the winners and all the participants. Their dedication and passion for technology are truly commendable, and we hope they continue to pursue their interests in the field. A special thank you to the teachers, mentors, and parents and leaders who supported and encouraged these innovators throughout this process. We also like to thank all the people who helped the learners in this process. We look forward to seeing even more incredible projects in the years to come. I'm pleased to announce the winners of this year's technology fair. Elementary level shot the first place under the category Robotics and Automation. The project title is Robotics Rumble. The winners are Kai Allen, Jamie Shane,
Y'all heard that last night?
Abby Dees.
You always got something to say. That ain't yours. That is not yours.
Can you slide over so they can
Yeah.
take a picture and get a little organized here up front?
No, that ain't you.
First place under the category Digital Creativity and Multimedia. The project title is Science Kids Social Media Marketing. Carolicia Lee, Alani Garden, Kai Allen again.
Get that picture.
Can y'all get together for me?
Miss Cheney.
You ain't
Double
got that.
duty, Miss Cheney.
All right, love. One, two, three. Right.
Junior and senior level from Pennsylvania College and State Academy. The first place under the category Data Science and Analytics, the project titled What's Up? Measuring Solar Energy by Clouds in Rural America. The winners are Horace D. and Cheyenne Becker. First place under the category Robotics and Automation. The project title is Robotics Number 2, Plastic. Elijah Dees, Isaac Dees, Jonah McClendon. Okay. Honorable mention under the category Coding and App Development. The project title is Coding Dayron Cook. And Josiah Allen.
One, two, three.
Now, two of the top winners will briefly explain and demonstrate their projects. First, I would like to call upon Horace D. He will explain his project measuring solar energy by clouds in rural America, followed by Elijah D. He will demonstrate his project on robotics rumble. And third, Aaron Cook will explain his project on coding. First, Horace D.
Okay, so I was told I was only had 2 minutes, so I'll just briefly summarize it and answer any questions.
Okay.
So, just the big one. Yes, it's a very funny little piece last.
Turn it into,
That one.
there you go.
So the project started by simply measuring the solar energy gain from the solar panel we have installed by the art room.
Yeah.
And it quickly grew into measuring cloud density, moisture into the air, the precipitation, the temperature. But we gained a lot of variables along the way. Do you have any questions?
Oh,
Please ask questions.
so, you know, what's up? What's up?
That.
What's up?
Yes, lots.
What's up?
That was the joke.
Okay.
install the weather station?
Yes, we have it set up right next to the solar panel.
Okay.
We've been gathering information from it. We should have some posted on the board, but we haven't gotten very much.
Okay. Wasn't it about like the types of clouds or something like that? So there's no.
Different cloud types, we have them by name right there.
Mhm.
Affect the energy being differently because the solar energy gets reflected back up into the sky. So only the solar energy that hits the ground gets captured, which is why we had to gain so many extra variables.
Yeah, I think we just don't know really what to ask.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not used to introducing this board to this large crowd.
Uh-huh.
I'm very nervous.
So did the work that I guess the results that you got from this work, does it meet what you thought it was gonna be? Did it answer the hypothesis?
Pretty much cloudy day, not with much electricity, it's pretty much what we expected.
Gotcha. But then also depending on the type of
Yes.
cloud makes it even more.
The entire process was look at the day, how much energy did it get, go outside and look at the sky, see what cloud they are. Contact NASA because they give us pictures from their satellites to see what they saw from space. Compare all of that together into a flow chart and then do that multiple days in a row to compare information.
Gotcha.
Elijah? Oh, you have yours right
And Spanish is a little fully autonomous using Python.
And Python is the program that you use to do the robot? Gotcha. And that's the project? That's your robot?
You said that's a prototype of the one that's out the street? That's awesome. That's a multi-billion-dollar piece of equipment they have down there.
The other one, it's the other one that's not the phone.
So how long did it take for you to to build a prototype? 2 months?
Design, rebuild, process.
Trial and error.
So can you tell us what is it going to do?
Something like, for example, if you're talking about Southland Steel, at Southland Steel, instead of them using manpower, they use these type of machines to move the equipment from place to place, rather than human hands.
It actually took them 1 year.
1 year.
1 year, because they had to start with the very basics, and that's how we started with. We've come this far. Next year, we're going to compete.
Gotcha.
They're on coding.
Good evening. So, as we do about coding, it's sort of like, as you say, like a process on which certain actions happen through technology. Like, as we say, we're trying to get these robots to go autonomously, meaning to go by themselves doing a specific code. So, with coding, it's not just a do this, put here, just done. It's trial and error. You have to see what will work. You'll have to try new things. Like, trust me, that robot, it's a little bit hard to code, but it's easy once you get used to it. So we've been trying to get these robots up and ready for competition next year. We're trying to get them ready, like have them ready autonomously, have them ready to go. We're trying to get these ready for competition, like to dominate. So with coding, we could try to. Coding can actually help us because majority of the challenge, or I think it may be autonomous. So autonomous, we could use that to help our robots win. So as I say, these robots can do anything if it has a specific code. I'll say that coding can help anything. Like it can help specific things, like in specific times, specific codes can happen. See, right now, this is just going remotely. Wow, if we use a code, we don't need to use the remote. We can just activate a code and it can just do what we want it to do. So, if we learn to code, we could help the world easier. Like, instead of like using robots by hand, we could have fire robots that could be controlled by code, or police robots, anything. It could be the step of the future. So, with all that being said, I think coding could be something great. I think that might be all my time. So,
Oh, let it cry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And ladies and gentlemen, these are the kind of kids we serve in St. Helena. And that is why we are St. Helena. Good job. A lot of times, people in the community, inside the community, outside the community, they see our facilities, right? They see those things, and those things are nice, but it's what is happening in the classroom that really matters. And the things that are happening in the classroom are phenomenal. And so this is a prime example of that. So thank you very much, Ms. Joelle, for all of the work that you put into making this happen. She works year round. And thank you to our parents. Parents, please stand up. Let's please give them a round of applause. Stand up, parents. Thank you so much for all that you do. Anyone else we need to recognize? I see you, Mr. Muse. You're with Miss Joelle. Let's please give him a round of applause because I know that he does a lot to help with our robotics program. And of course, thank our children for doing a wonderful job every single day. Please give them a round of applause. Miss Joelle, would you like to say something?
We're working on, we started with the basics and we're growing every year. So last year we had drones. We competed in regional and we got third place. We had underwater, and Ron did the coding for that. So we ran autonomously and with the remotes, and they had spotters, and it's a sport. Okay, with the drones.
Right.
Also, the underwater robots, we do those. We compete in the district, the region as well. So, and we won third place in that. We just want to get to first place.
Yes, it's coming.
We're working on that, but we're working on grants with Walmart, with Harbor Freight. Just found out about Nissan, like maybe the possibility of Nissan helping us with robotics. We're trying to get organized. It's a lot of screws and a lot of nuts and a lot of bolts to keep up with. So, y'all, thank you so much.
Thank you. Next item, discussion on personnel and payroll records. Yes, board, I just wanted to bring to your attention that we We are conducting an audit right now between the HR department and our payroll department regarding all of our employee files and making sure that all of the employee files are complete and accurate and up to date, and that there is there's better communication between the HR department and the payroll department to ensure that there are no discrepancies or errors with employee pay, employee positions, and all of the things dealing with, employee and personnel matters. We have Ms. Watson here and Ms. Jackson that are helping along with that, and also Ms. Castle. So I'm going to yield my time, just give you all, maybe whoever wants to come up, a minute to explain the process and how long this process is going to take.
Hi, so right now we are pulling all the information we're taking. We're literally going one by one, and we have our checklist that's available to make sure that we are a guide process that we're going through to make sure that we check off everything that's listed on there. And if it's not, we are making sure all those information are put in those in the personnel files to make sure that it's accurate. We are also using our digital platform as well to make sure that we streamline the process as much as possible to make sure all the information that is paper-based, we're trying to put all that information in our electronic files so that once it is stored there, employees can have access to their records, and then it'll be a smoother communication piece between both our departments. That process, we're targeting, working hard on it. We are trying to get it done by the end of May, so we're moving pretty swiftly with it. That's our target. You have any questions for me? Okay.
And from the payroll side, we are trying to ensure that everyone is paid correctly. Our certified, non-certified is paid correctly. Everyone is on the level. We have all of their previous experience, certificates up to date. Everyone is on the correct pay scale. Any deductions for I-9s, taxes, state, anything for payroll, we're trying to ensure everything is correct for that. So that's the audit that we have between HR and payroll. And we will stay on the same timeline with them and keep everything transparent from here for our current workers and our incoming.
Item D, superintendent's report.
Good evening, board members. Good evening, community. I'd like to start off my superintendent's report with our directors. We have 3 minutes tops, please. Please come up and present on your things happening within your department. We begin with Ms. Donna Jackson.
Thank you for those 5 minutes. Greetings, board. My name again is Donna Jackson. Wait till she passes out those folders. Our work is grounded in the district vision, educator support, and in our blueprint to excellence, Vital Goal 7, a commitment to continuous improvement guides much of our work this year. In your folder, you'll find our recent results from our staff survey that helped us to determine most relevant professional development needs. Based upon this data, we have identified the key focus areas for the upcoming school year. We're looking at classroom management, DI, social emotional learning, technology integration, learner engagement strategies. These topics which will shape our professional development for all schools. Aligned with Vital Goal 6, the community will become partners in education. We are taking actionable steps to build public confidence and engage local stakeholders. Take a look at our community job fair. We're excited about our community job fair, where we will connect schools with local businesses, collaborate about our internship opportunities for our high school learners, empower learners through real-world exposure, and enhance community outcomes and workforce partnerships. Any questions? At this time, I invite you to view our new recruitment video, which highlights our district's mission, staff, and why St. Helena is a great place to grow and serve.
I'm Justin Davis, and I'd like to share with you why this district is the perfect place for passionate educators like you. Many of our educators have advanced their careers right here in St. Helena, starting as teachers and moving up to become principals and district administrators.
I didn't have an education background. I came from a different career path, but I quickly found out how much I love teaching. So I did enroll in an alternative program. Now I am going on this journey of leadership. So we do have a leadership program here where I do continue to teach, but at the same time I take on leadership roles. And I also get a stipend for it.
At St. Helena, our commitment to your professional growth is unmatched. Through our partnership with Reach University, you can earn your degree with financial aid support from the district. It's almost like getting a free bachelor's degree while you teach. We believe in a 4-day work week, giving you the time to recharge and bring your best self to the classroom. Beyond our tangible benefits, what truly sets St. Helena apart is our vibrant and fun culture. From homecoming celebrations to literacy bashes to even sneaker balls, we know how to have a good time while also maintaining a strong sense of community. Here, you can truly win both professionally and personally, all while making a lasting impact on the lives of thousands of St. Helena learners. Join us at St. Helena Parish School District, where you'll find not just a job, but a community dedicated to excellence in education and a place where you can thrive. Together, we can make a difference. Visit our website and apply today.
All right. I love it. All right, this has been a week of celebration and gratitude, and we want to thank the board for your unwavering support. We appreciate you. So this is a little something from the HR department.
Oh, really? Be nice. Make us feel special. Thank you.
And again, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, next we have Ms. Latia Brown, Director of Post-Secondary Opportunities.
So good evening, everyone. So now you all have learned about how we are building our educator effectiveness, part of our district vision. Now it's time to talk about our increased opportunity for learning success. So in the Office of Post-Secondary Opportunities, if you can, I also have a handout inside. You can follow along with me. I'm not going to read all of that because Dr. JP only said I only had about 2 minutes to present. So I'm going to make it short and sweet, and most importantly, most shorter than Ms. Jackson, what she did with all the celebrations. But okay. So if you look for our 24-25 school year, we serve 1,000 learners with a 30% district truancy rate. We're expecting 85% graduation rate as well. We have 64 learners that started in 9th grade. With all of the learners we currently have now, that means we have 10 learners who are considered legitimate leavers. So we also have only 4 seniors that need to retest for LEAP. So good job. Our numbers have been larger, but we only down to 4. So we expecting those learners to come back and retest in the summer. So we also have about 50 spring graduates. And so the number difference, if you look, those 10 learners, they are legitimate leavers. So that means that they withdrew from our school district from 9th, 10th, or 11th grade year, and possibly their 12th grade year as well. So that's why the gap there as well when you look at that 64 and those 50 graduates. So we have approximately 2.5 million in scholarships, which is awesome as well for 50 learners. So that's another plus in learning success. Also, our Summer Virtual Academy registration starts now. Everything is done online. So if you know anyone that's interested in credit advancement or needs some credit recovery opportunities, they're more than welcome to sign up with our Summer Virtual Academy. And it will last from June 2nd to July 31st. And the last day of registration for our Summer Virtual Academy is May 31st. Just a few post-secondary opportunities we offered this school year. All of our 10 and 11 graders participated in ACT prep courses. We also introduced a new ICEV platform, which gained the opportunity for our learners to actually participate in basic credentials earned on campus. And we have 73% of our learners that earn those basic credentials. So that's another increase in learning success. Also, we have 14 learners that were enrolled into a paid internship. There's definitely an increase in our learning success as well. 20 learners also participated in the CNA program with Rural Angels. And finally, we completed St. Helena's profile of a graduate. If you can, click on the link. This is just a little teaser. Ms. Jackson stole my idea and added a little clip, but I'm so thankful that Flying Ghost was able to work with me and put this little snippet together for you all to review.
At St. Helena Parish School District, education is about more than academics. It's about shaping the future. Our profile of a graduate outlines the essential skills, knowledge, and character every learner should build, preparing them for college, careers, and life. We created the profile of a graduate to give our students a clear roadmap. It's a promise that they will leave us prepared, not just academically, but personally and professionally. Across all our schools, students are mastering the skills needed to lead, innovate, and thrive. This program ensures our students leave not just with a diploma, but with direction. Because the future isn't waiting, and neither are we. The profile of a graduate where tomorrow's leaders are made. This is St. Helena Parish Schools.
Good deal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the teaser. So we hope to give you a full overview in June of what that looks like inside of our classroom. And just know that all of our learners participated in those activities. If you look on that back part, you'll see all of the dates that we assign each component, and each learner pre-K through 12th grade participated in each of those components. Any questions for the Office of Post-Secondary Opportunities? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we have Ms. Tracy Womack, Director of Nutrition and Wellness.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Before I start, I do not have a video, okay? No video. But what I am going to do is provide what we do and some of the outcomes. I would just like to say, we provide nutrition and balanced meals to ensure that our learners receive the fuel they need to learn, grow, and thrive. We focus on quality ingredients that is compliant with the dietary guidelines, a commitment for excellence in taste and nutrition. I'm just going to touch a little of this. We did a district taste test throughout the district, which allowed our students to sample the food, and we added the product that they liked the most to the menu. They received it really well, and it helped them identify the food that they like. And you know, it's more enjoying when they like. I like buying stuff that they like. Another one is like bidding process, and I went over there. It's very tedious with all these vendors and stuff, but I got through of it, and it just makes sure that you have competition between other people trying to get the bids and stuff. Um, learners involvement. We talked to student counselors, and they gave us input what they wanted, and we made it happen. In this process, it gave the students a voice to say, they listening to me, So we made that happen. We also district wide, we started back in the 1st of February trying to increase our participation. Our biggest school was the high school. I mean, we had numbers like 150 kids, sometimes 200 kids that was not eating. As a result of the taste test and we changing menus, the percentages has really went through the roof. Right now, all the schools is in a plus. We have no negative. I mean, these schools where our biggest one was the high school was down. They up like 20% in like our lunch and like about 10% in the breakfast, because breakfast was always up. It was the lunch that's the big heavy hitters. So we see these things that we're doing is working for our students, and we will continue to provide taste tests and let our students have a voice. Also, we did surveys. We did a lot of surveys, and we got a lot of good ink, a lot of feedback from our parents as well as our learners. And we use that, and we also put our menus on the district website. That way the parents can go in, they can see what's going on, as well as using social media as a platform to display what our food look like and the taste, and we get feedback from the community. Overall, everything this way we give our parents are engaged and can see what their students and stuff is eating. And the last thing that I want to say is that summer feed, my program will be open. Start June the 2nd. Bring your kids out. Get you a free breakfast. You won't have to cook breakfast. You don't want to cook lunch. And they will tell you, we do a lot of batch cooking, fresh cooking. So come on, lunch, our breakfast start from 7:45 and end at 9 o'clock. And lunch start at 10:45 and end at 12. So bring your kids out and let them eat free lunch, and that's less you got to worry about.
Thank you, Ms. Tracy. Next, we have Ms. Leah Valdez, Director of Exceptional Services.
All right, so I'd also like to thank Ms. Tracy for stopping the bleeding with those videos, because I do not have one either. Again, good evening, everyone. As a Director of Exceptional Services, I am honored to share the incredible progress we've made this year in supporting our exceptional learners. In your folder, you'll have a handout that displays some of our successes throughout the year. I'm proud to report that 22 of our 25 learners with IEPs or IAPs are on track to graduate next week, with two of those 25 learners having another opportunity over the summer. So that number speaks to the dedication of our learners, our families, and our staff. We've expanded our services to include alternative curriculum through the unique learning system for our learners taking alternate assessment, strategic pull-out interventions, and work-based learning experiences for our learners. Right now, we have 10 learners registered for a work-based experience through Opportunity Now. Just recently, they were given a chance to take online courses, a virtual course that they get paid for. And so they engage in discussions. They learn about self-advocacy, college and career readiness, interviewing skills, resume building, and executive functioning. So, this program is a highlight of our department because it really helps to prepare our learners for life after high school. We also have 8 learners enrolled in Project Create, which is a part of Opportunity Now. And we have 17 participating learners in Opportunity Now right now, focusing on social emotional learning. Like I said, life skills, executive functioning. Our related service providers have been, they've done a phenomenal job this year ensuring access to speech language therapy, occupational services, occupational therapy and physical therapy, as well as adaptive PE and English learner supports. Our educators have shown incredible commitment and growth this year. We have 12 teachers. We started the year off with 13 exceptional services teachers. We have 12 that have participated in daily co-planning with our general education teachers. So kudos to our principals for making sure that they have that common planning time and that they are meeting in those PLCs. They also attend our monthly department meetings. They engage in that Tier 1 curriculum training along with their partner teachers. And they also, our exceptional services teachers, also participated in a 3-month IEP writing workshop series. The teachers also received training on developing transition plans. I was able to partner with Dr. Rory Ross from the LDOE. She came in and she did some training with our teachers to make sure that our IEPs are in compliance with transition services. And they also participated, our school district participated in a partnership with the special ed best instructional practices cohort. So we were able to join a cohort that helped to support us with our schools with scheduling, with those best instructional practices, making sure that we had enough time for extra time for learning for our learners. These professional learning opportunities have sharpened our skills and aligned our work with those high standards of special education instruction. Of course, every year, doing our best to make sure that we improve those practices. And so that's why this year we joined that cohort to get that support from New Solutions. New Solutions is an agency that partnered with the LDOE, and they're providing support to school districts throughout Louisiana. And so we were chosen as one of those school districts to get that support. Finally, strengthening public confidence in our work has been a continuous focus. Each month, we send out SEL surveys to families to track the development of key social emotional skills. And so in school, our learners, our teachers are teaching social emotional, those 5 competencies of social emotional learning in school. And then the parents are sent information and activities along with the survey each month since since February. And so we have covered those 5 competencies to build our, responsible decision making, our self-awareness, social awareness, those 5 competencies. Excuse me. We've also deepened community partnerships with North Shore Families Helping Families, Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, Synergy, which Opportunity Now falls under that umbrella, and others to extend our support network. We continue to prioritize family communication through our annual IEP meetings, child search notices sent home 3 times a year, and our Special Education Advisory Council, which our next meeting will be May 20th at 2:30. Okay. And anyone can attend those council meetings. As we prepare for the summer, our extended school year services and Project Create program will ensure that our learners receive meals, transportation. For Project Create learners, they will receive transportation too. But because the program, our extended school year program runs from 8 to 12, and our Project Create program runs from 8 to 4, there won't be transportation for those Project Create learners. But those parents have been notified already, and they will provide transportation home. But they will receive breakfast and lunch, some snacks throughout the day. These initiatives reflect our department's ongoing commitment to equity, inclusion, and learner success. In your folders, I also have a flyer for Project Create. It's a registration flyer. It explains more about what the kids will be learning over the summer. It's a 2-week paid internship. The learners receive $12 an hour to come to the high school and learn how to create flyers. Last year, they used a program. I'm trying to find, but they used a media program to create flyers and invitations. So they learn those things. They learn how to video and make videos to post to social media. And so it was really fun and engaging for those learners. And so we do have some returning learners for that. That program will run, like I said, for the first 2 weeks of June, June 2nd through 13th, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then we have our extended school year services that will run from June 2nd to June 24th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay.
What's the break level for this project?
So Opportunity Now and Project Create is a component of Opportunity Now. It's for our learners that are 16 and older with an IEP or an IAP, an individualized accommodation plan. So, yes, ma'am. Any other questions?
I just throw out there.
Come on. You should come in and watch. Come and witness those kids are learning. It's fun. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Valdez. Now we have Ms. Sayaka Singleton. Shaika. I will never. Director of Special Programs and Initiatives. Ms. Singleton. I got that right.
Good evening, everyone. I know Ms. Valdez took about 5 minutes of my time, but the majority wins. I do not have a video, but I am excited to share updates from the Department of Special Programs and Initiatives tonight, and those will be centered around 3 key areas: our partnerships, our early childhood program, and our school improvement efforts. The first, we always are trying to reinforce our food security and demonstrate our community ties through our Lena's Closet and food pantry at all 3 sites. The Lena's Closets and the food pantries are completely active. This is the first year that the pantries have been run at all 3 sites, because when we started them, the Early Learning Center started undergoing construction right after we got all of the equipment. And this year we have received donations towards those closets from the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, for the Early Learning Center and the Arts and Technology Academy, from United Way, at the College and Career Academy. And of course, every year we do receive the uniform donations from St. Vincent de Paul. And along with the food bank, we also participate in the backpack program for our learners pre-K through 6th grade. And it's those prepackaged bags that they get to bring home. And they did have to sign up, but the representatives from the food bank did tell us that if we just see someone in need, if we have any extras, we can just give them out, even if it's someone at the high school that, you know, they don't typically service. Our Sensational Girls program continued for the 3rd year, hosted by Miss Angelique Keller. This year, we did learners in grades 4 through 8, and she did 6 sessions, but 2 groups at each school. And of course, that's centered around those girls' empowerment activities. Go Jobs. Go Jobs organization provides that work-based experience for some of our learners. This year, we got an increase in 1 additional slot for our learners. And they worked this year until June. But Ms. Vessel did contact us to say that for this upcoming year, our learners do not have to wait until September to start. our new learners can start in June. So they'll work from June to June. And so we will be having a Zoom call with them to go through that process to identify those learners that will participate in that program. And then a new initiative, the Ladies of Integrity program, hosted by the Girls Only Collective. The Girls Only Collective was founded by 5 young ladies, 2 of which are St. Helena alum, Miss Patience Muse Warner, Miss Deandra Morris, Kay Talbert, Keandra Jackson, and Miss Divine Dorsey. And they are bringing in a program to similar to Sensational Girls, but their program is designed to offer mentoring and support to our young ladies grades 7 through 12. So the scope of who they'll service will increase, and they'll do little different activities, workshops with them. But they have already started their work with us. On graduation night, they will be presenting 2 scholarships to 2 young ladies. And they also sponsored prom this year with the food and DJ, courtesy of Senior Devon Holiday, who just mentioned it to them, and they hit the ground running. So that was very appreciated. For early childhood, again, our performance profiles from this year, 3 out of our 5 centers were high proficient, and then the other 2 were proficient, which was growth because one last year was approaching proficient. So they did see that growth. And from the visits that we've had, the observations we've done, they will maintain or increase. And then pre-K, of course, we had 2 pre-K classes this year, and we did receive word that we got the same allotment of seats this year, the 40 seats, which is 2 classes. And pre-K roundup has begun. I did go out and actually met with some parents at the Head Start. So a lot of those parents have started getting the applications in, and they are really pushing the support with us because, of course, funding is being cut in all areas. Finally, school improvement efforts. I spoke at the last meeting about the Cognia accreditation review, and just a quick overview from our preliminary results for our different characteristics. We were over a 3.0 in all areas, and student performance on down, all of those areas, we were actually above the network average. But of course, when we get the final reports, we'll get more information. And then finally, our high dosage tutoring started. We have 179 learners between grades kindergarten and 5 who are receiving tutoring in either math and or ELA, 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week. And in the folder is a packet reminiscent of the reports that we get from them. And the first is the student satisfaction survey. So at the end of each session, the learners get to do a little 5-question survey on if they thought it was effective, how they liked their teacher, if they learned anything. And then the second page is just as of right now, just some baseline information for how they are progressing across the grade levels in reading and math. And those are standards that were identified as needs standards by the principals at the schools. Any questions for me?
Can you provide some clarifying information about our Cognia accreditation? Also, we're district accredited and have been since 2013. What is for the analysis scores? And that's out of 4?
That's out of 4.
Okay.
That's out of 4, and that is each of the narratives that we had to submit. They scored them, and those are our scores. And then the actual report shows our score, and then the network average for each of those. And we were above the network average in all of them, except the stakeholder feedback, if I remember correctly, was a 3.2 average.
Good. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Another thing I just want to point out as well, in addition to the scores that we received for our Cognia re-accreditation, the early childhood performance profile, where we received high proficient, that is tops in the state. So I want to be clear about that. That is an accountability structure that is provided by the state for our early childhood programs. So if you see, our early learning center is rated as high proficient. So that means that our teachers, our administrators, everyone at the school, they're doing a phenomenal job. They're knocking it out the park. So we do have Ms. Smith here. Ms. Smith, do you want to come up and just say a few words about your high proficient rating? Please give it up for Ms. Smith and her team for what she's done at the school.
I apologize, I'm not prepared, but I was kind of put on the spot. And our teachers, our staff, our entire staff, not just our pre-K teachers, they work in unison together as a family. So that is what attributes to the growth that we see, not only here, but our school scores and DIBELS, early childhood. I'm just so proud of the work that I've seen this school year and look forward to success, continued success.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. And I would be remiss if I didn't ask Mr. McPherson to come up and speak to his school and how he feels about testing, because we just wrapped up LEAP 2025 testing. And I just want everyone to hear how he feels about how well his learners will perform on the test.
Yes, I did prepare a video. We are very excited, though we have a new accountability structure that is impending across the state. We have been working hard, and as my mom says, we've thrown everything and the kitchen sink at this test. We've been provided with a lot of different technology resources, as you saw, our tutoring through Intervene, and we're just really excited. I echo the sentiments of Ms. Smith for our teachers at our campus. They're really working together. We've shifted to a common planning time across the subject area. So our math teachers plan together, ELA, so on and so forth. And we're excited to see the growth that our learners have made and will make on this assessment. So we thank you all for your continued support. It's great to see you all. Our doors are always open, and we invite you with open arms and a nice, beautiful smile when you step on our campus. And we are always proud to be #St. Helena.
And lastly, of course, we have Ms. Butler. Would you please come up? As you know, we did have challenges at our high school, just with the climate and the culture. And I'm happy to have Ms. Butler on our team. She has done a phenomenal job. She hit the ground running. And I just want her to just give a little snippet about what she's experienced, and then also share who our new assistant principal is going to be.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. As you guys know, as Dr. Joseph has stated, that I've just started. However, it has been a great experience. For our testing, I listened to some feedback from the staff, and as a team, the testing coordinator and myself, we made some changes. We put all of the learners in our elected building for testing, so they were separated from the rest of the learners to allow them to concentrate and have just less distractions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, we are expecting some growth, right? We are expecting some growth just from those minor changes. Also, our new assistant principal, Ms. Trudy King, she will be coming aboard within the next week as well. And she will be focusing on discipline. Right? Any questions you all have?
Thank you so much, Ms. Butler. I did put them all on the spot, so when they were ready, but you have to be ready at all times.
Yeah.
All right, so as we approach the conclusion of another productive and eventful school year, I'd like to share several important updates and upcoming events. We are preparing to celebrate the St. Helena College and Career Academy class of 2025 on Friday, May 16th at 7 p.m. At the stadium. This year's commencement holds special meaning as we honor three of our learners. Dorian Hughes and Vernon Gordon Jr. will be recognized as honorary members of the class of 2025. And honorary diplomas will be presented to their families. And then we have Jarvis Brister Jr. will be awarded his high school diploma accepted by family representative in his honor. Their families have been invited to attend the ceremony and will be seated in a place of distinction as we acknowledge the lives, their presence, and legacies of these young men. We are concluding the school year with several key academic and recognition events. The Literacy Fair is scheduled for Monday at 10 a.m. at the Arts and Technology Academy. This event will showcase the literacy growth of our first through sixth grade learners. We also have the Early Learning Center Award Ceremony, which will be held on Monday, May 19th. Our pre-K will start at 9 o'clock, first grade at 10 o'clock, and our second grade at 11 o'clock. Our kindergarten graduation will be Wednesday, May 14th. At what time, Ms. Smith? At 10 a.m. Our sixth grade graduation will be Thursday, May 15th at 10 a.m. And then we will have our senior graduation, once again, Friday, May 16th at 7 p.m. The last day of school for all of our learners is Thursday, May 22nd. So we're excited about that. Some other upcoming events, we will have our Teacher Leaders Summit. A select group of educators will represent our district at the Louisiana Teacher Leaders Summit in New Orleans from June 10th through 12th. They will be participating in powerful professional development and leadership building sessions that have been created by the Louisiana Department of Education. We will have a stakeholder luncheon. We're proud to host our first annual stakeholder luncheon on Tuesday, May 20th at 11 o'clock at the Early Learning Center's gymnasium. This event is dedicated to recognizing our invaluable business and community partners who continuously invest in the success of our learners and schools. As everyone stated, we did have our Teacher Appreciation Week this week. We celebrated them and we had our bus driver appreciation. I extend sincere gratitude to our school administrators and central office staff for coordinating special treats, meals, and tokens of appreciation. We also thank the many parents and guardians who expressed heartfelt appreciation to our educators. Your support uplifts our staff and reinforces the community bond that is so central to our district's culture. We also want to recognize Ms. Leatrice and Ms. Dion for serving in their roles as administrative assistants. They do a phenomenal job keeping all of us in order and keeping us all together. So thank you all very much. Once again, our summer programming, we're preparing for a robust suite of summer opportunities. All of our summer programs will begin on Monday, June 2nd and conclude on Thursday, June 26th. And they include our Summer Virtual Academy, third grade literacy program. This is a state mandated program for identified third graders, and they all have been identified and contacted. Our summer sports practices, extended school year program for all eligible learners, our virtual remediation program for our learners who failed their last benchmark assessment, and per pupil progression, they will be retained pending the successful completion of 30 hours of virtual instruction. So this is to prepare all of our learners for the next year and start building up those skills so that they can be more successful on these exams. Summer reading program, our digital summer reading initiative will be available on our district website shortly. We are encouraging all parents to ensure their child's full participation. Learners who do complete the program and those who achieve mastery or advance on LEAP 2025 this year will be invited to our annual literacy bash at the start of the new school year. We did have our ribbon cutting for our pocket park. So families in Greensburg will have a new place to play, or just the entire parish actually, to play, exercise, and spend time together thanks to the opening of this pocket park that is next to the track at the football stadium. This park was made possible through a partnership between LSU Ag Center's High Obesity Program, Louisiana Healthcare Connections, and the school district. The new playground is open to the public and was celebrated with a ribbon cutting ceremony on April 10th. We had Ms. Lolita Porter, who was there to help cut the ribbon, and so we appreciate that you were able to join us for that event. We also have the summer feeding program and Project Create that was shared with you all earlier by our directors. So as we close this academic year, I'm reminded of the strength, the resilience, and the unity of our St. Helena community. I want to thank our board, staff, families, and partners for your continued investment in our learners. So before I end everything tonight, I have got to recognize Justin Davis. Please come up, Mr. Justin Davis. He's our teacher over at the College and Career Academy, but guess what? He starred in the hit movie Sinners.
Well,
So if any of you haven't seen it or if you haven't, all right, when you see him, you're gonna jump out your seat and you're like, Justin! Justin, we are so proud of you. I'm gonna give you a moment to share with us that experience and just everything about it. He is very modest. He does not, talk about it much, but it deserves, attention. And so we're going to provide that for him.
Yeah. So it was cool to kind of put, Greensburg, in the, on notice, for the world on notice, and it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. The students saw it, and the learners saw it, and I told some of them that they couldn't because it was rated R, but they still saw it, and they liked it, and it was cool for them to have that experience of someone who was in the movie and around them, I guess. So
He is so very modest, y'all. But when you see him in action, I mean, it's like he turns into this butterfly. I mean, it's amazing to see, and we're just so proud to have him walk our hallways with our learners. But then he also walked these hallways as a learner, and so to have him represent St. Helena Parish, right, in this school community is just phenomenal. So we need to recognize that and let everyone know that it's not just Justin. There are lots of other people in this community that are doing some great work out in the world. And we need to celebrate that and recognize that. And I always tell people we punch above the weight here. We do awesome things because we have awesome people here. And we need to always put that in the forefront. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. But name someone who is. Name an organization that is, right? We do have our challenges, but we still come to work every single day. We get up every single day. Everyone in this community gets up every single day and we try it again. And we work hard for what we have. And that is why we are hashtag St. Helena Women. And with that concludes my report.
Next item, approved committee reports from May 8th, 2025.
That's a move.
Motion by Ms. Joyce Porter. Second by Mr. George Hughes. Any questions? No question. Shall pass for general consent. Next item, meeting closing announcement. The next meeting will be June 12th, 2025. Closing comment, board members. Anybody have any comments?
I just want to say tonight that I was very I don't know how you want to say this. I want to say this. Of the learners, the robots and all this kind of stuff. I was talking to a bunch of them before the meeting started, and they was explaining how they done it and how long it took them to do it. It was just amazing. And I also want to let Miss Linda Cheney know that first district beat her tonight. Those are my babies.
Finally. All right. She got something to say?
I'm sorry. Just real quick before we close, I would like to recognize Mr. Todd Haygood. He has came to the district a couple of times. We're trying to partner with him with National Life Group. He offers 403B solutions, retirement for our teachers. We just like to say hi. He brought refreshments for the board members today and our staff, and we just want to say hello to him. He doesn't have a presentation. He's not on the list, but he just wanted to say hello, and he's a good friend of Mr. Alton Travis. So he just wanted to come, do some things, and we'll partner with him and have him come speak to some of the teachers. So thank you, Mr. Todd, for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's National Life Group. So.
All right. As always, certainly I'm proud of all the learners, regardless. And I know what it takes for these learners to be able to do the things that they do on a daily. I mean, it takes parental support as well. So thank you, parents, for supporting your learners coming out tonight. I also want to say, as the year closes, let us keep these families in prayer that's going through what they're going through, because we never know when it'll be our time. So please, please pray for those families. And I just want to pause just for a moment of silence for Mr. Jarvis Brister. Amen. Shield and protect his family to get through this tragedy. All right. Any other comments? So we'll get that last motion. This meeting is adjourned.